Hi, my name is Rich, and today we're going to talk about the Oath of the Open Sea Paladin for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. It's just been released today, and if I'm honest with you, I'm not up to date with Critical Role, but it's connected to Critical Role podcast and live stream. If this is the first time you're visiting the channel, we do Dungeons & Dragons videos every week, on Mondays and Fridays, so if you subscribe you'll be in the loop and in the know. So, let's get started. The Oath of the Open Sea is connected to the Critical Role live stream podcast. There won't be any spoilers in this video, so don't worry about that. But with recent events happening in the campaign, there has been a new subclass for the Paladin called Oath of the Open Sea. And I think it ties in with whatever they're up to right now. I'll be honest with you, I'm still on episode 101 at the time of recording, so I couldn't spoil it for you even if I tried. This is technically not official, but it is connected because D&D Beyond and Critical Role have a good friendship, you would say. It's much like the Blood Hunter and the Gunslinger, that it's not part of the official rules, but I think most DMs will be lenient enough to accept it into their game. The Oath of the Open Sea calls to seafaring warriors, swashbuckling sailors, and journeying guardians who seek the thrill of an endless horizon. Driven to seek the adventure and mystery across and beneath every endless ocean expanse, paladins who swear this oath stand against those who would deny the liberties afforded to like-minded travellers, rooting out the tyrannical and corrupt that claim the shore. Such guardians believe in the natural beauty of the sea, often making offerings and prayers to entities or deities like the Wild Mother or the Stormlord that influence safe passage, while often feeling called to hunt those monstrosities that seek to terrorize and spoil the waters with wanton violence and ill intent. The tenets of the Oath of the Open Sea Paladin are as follows. No greater life than the life given free. One should be free to chart their own path without oppression. Those who would exert their power to dominate others shall be smote. Trust the skies. The guidance of a strong breeze. The rumbling warnings of a coming storm. Nature is a source of portent and counsel that should be heeded. Adapt like the water. The waters of the ocean can shift around any obstacle or become an impassable one. They can carve around and reveal the secrets of past or swallow the truth and hide it forever. To embrace this fluidity is to be ready for any challenge. Explore the uncharted. The world is filled with much mystery. Through the pursuit of these enigmatic ends, one can both uncover those who hide the dark deeds and shadows to be judged, and find the path to becoming something great. The Oath of the Open Ocean spells are as follows. At level 3 you get Create or Destroy Water and Expeditious Retreat. Create or Destroy Water is valuable in settings that are ocean-based or desert-based. It really depends on the setting of the campaign. I think to best use this subclass, you must consult with your DM before the game starts to make sure that it fits in. I think that this oath may be stunted if it's more of an urban setting or a interplanar setting. Expeditious Retreat is great for manoeuvring around, and with paladins, you want to get around the battlefield as quickly as possible, so it suits the class well. At level 5 you get Augury and Misty Step. Misty Step outclasses Expeditious Retreat. If you need to go from the front line to protect a wizard or a more squishy character class, then this is a great spell for it. You also get Augury, which is an interesting prophetic way of divinating information. It's one that the DM may love or loathe depending on how creative they are with their writing. At 9th level, you get Call Lightning and Tidal Wave. This brings 2 AoE spells to the Paladin, which is something that they may be weak in previously, so it's good at balancing out the Paladin generally. And of course that scales up as well, so it's always welcome. At level 13 you get Control Water and Freedom of Movement. If you're underwater, then freedom of movement is very helpful. It's not concentration and it can affect the whole party, so at level 17 you get Commune with Nature and Maelstrom. Commune with Nature is, it lets you talk with the fishes. you're basically turned into Aquaman by this point. If you don't have a trident and ride a shark mount, then you're losing out on a lot of flavour. And the Maelstrom spell is a magnificent beast of a spell. It's technically a 5th level spell, and it requires a strength save, but it has good range and it does deal a lot of damage at 66 damage. The Oath's Channel Divinity starts at 3rd level, and you get 2 options with this. The first one, Marine Layer. As an action, you can channel the sea to create a thick cloud of fog that surrounds you and heavily obscures the area for 20 feet in all directions, following you as you move. You and all creatures within 5 feet of you instead treat this fog as lightly obscured. The fog lasts for 10 minutes, spreads around the corners and cannot be dispersed. This is actually pretty good for defense, making sure that people can't target you with ranged weapons and forcing them to get in close and personal. You can shoot out quite easily, but they can't shoot in. And the second channel divinity is Fury of the Tides. As a bonus action, you can channel the powerful might of the waves to bolster your attack for 1 minute. Once per turn for the duration, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can choose to push the target 10 feet away from you. If the target is pushed into an obstacle or another creature, they take additional bludgeoning damage equal to your charisma modifier. This could work well with Booming Blade. If you hit them with Booming Blade as an attack and then bonus action push them away, they're forced to move to get back into melee range for you, incurring the Booming Blade damage. And it's also a good way to get enemies off the less tanky players you're playing with. At level 7, you get Aura of Liberation. You emanate an aura when you're not incapacitated. You and any creature of your choice within 10 feet of you cannot be grappled or restrained, as well as ignoring penalties on movement or attacks while underwater. Creatures that are already grappled or restrained when you enter this aura can spend 5 feet of movement to automatically escape non-magical restraints. When you reach level 18 in this class, the range of the aura increases to 30 feet. At level 15, you get Stormy Waters. You can call crashing waters around you as a reaction whenever a creature enters or exits your melee range. The creature takes 1d12 bludgeoning damage and must succeed in a strength saving throw or be knocked prone. At level 15, 1d12 is not a lot of damage, but being able to knock things prone as a reaction can be a really powerful way for the rest of your party to jump on top of the enemy. And at level 20, you get Mythic Swashbuckler. You learn to channel the spirit of a historical sea captain to briefly become a paragon of heroic adventure. As an action, you embrace the spirit of the sea, gaining the following benefits for 1 minute. Climbing costs no additional movement, and you have advantage on strength athletic checks. If you are within 5 feet of the creature, and no other creatures are within 5 feet of you, you have advantage on your attacks against the creature. You can take the dodge action as a bonus action. You have advantage on all dexterity ability checks, and dexterity saving throws against effects that you can see, and you can use it once every long rest. Well, after reading it, I think the class seems relatively balanced. The level 20 ability is good, but it's not fantastic, and it pales in comparison with other abilities, not just from the Paladin, but by that time your wizard should have the whoosh spell, and monks will be zipping around the astral plane. It should be fun to see how this subclass plays out, and I'll be interested to hear any ideas you have about it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, and every like helps me fight against the algorithm. Thanks for watching, I'll speak to you later. Have a nice day.